Hi, Kim Pittaway here from the University of King's College MFA in Creative Nonfiction. I'm here with 3 quick tips on how to use photographs to strengthen your work as a nonfiction writer, but also perhaps to inspire some of your work as a fiction writer as well. Often when we use photographs in our research for fiction or nonfiction, we approach them with what I would call sort of a police detective sort of approach, or perhaps a police mugshot kind of approach more accurately. We describe what's in the photograph. So we might say that someone's, describe the color of their hair, how tall they are, what clothes they're wearing, and end up with a very surfacey understanding of the photograph or a surface access to the photograph. I want to give you 3 ways to dig a little bit deeper with those photographs. So my first tip is to ignore the people in the photograph. Don't look at the people, look at all of the stuff around the people. So look at what's in the background, look at the buildings, look at the vehicles, look at the other aspects of the scene. If they're in an interior setting, what's the furniture like? What's on the walls? What's on the walls behind? What kind of things are on the table? If there are products there, what do the products look like? What are they packaged like? If they're outside, what are some of the plants that you can see? Are there pets or other animals in the photograph? How are they interacting or being interacted with? So look at all of that other stuff to glean some clues about the time period, about the context, the social context, the class context, all kinds of other markers that show up in the photograph when you look at all of that other stuff around the people. So strategy number 2, now you can look at the people, but I don't want you to look at their faces. I want you to look at their bodies. What are they wearing? What's their posture like? How are they interacting with the other people or the other living beings, animals in the setting? Is it a relaxed setting? Is it a professional photograph? Do they look stiff? Do they look like they were caught in a moment? How are they interacting with each other? I'm going to share a quick photograph that I printed off of my brother and sister and me many years ago on the front lawn of our house in Moncton on the first day of school. And you can see my brother and I with great big handfuls of gladioli, and my sister with her arms crossed and no flowers in her hands. You can intuit or perhaps craft a story about family interaction out of that kind of an image of noticing what the posture of the 3 of us is, noticing who's holding the flowers and who's not. So that can offer some interesting clues and some opportunities to dig into the relationships a little bit more. The third strategy is, if you know where a photograph was taken, can you get a more current photograph of that location and do a kind of now and then comparison? You can do the same thing with people. If you've got an older photograph of someone, can you compare that to a more current photograph? If you've got a current photograph, can you compare it to an older photograph to see how someone has changed over time? All of those strategies, ignoring the people and looking at the context, looking at the people but looking at their bodies and postures, doing that now and then kind of examination of photographs over time, all of those can lead you to deeper insights so that you're gaining insight from your photographs rather than simply description. I hope that helps. Good luck.